everyone, I'm Teacher Bochen from Kangaroo Study and welcome back to our YouTube channel again. Now, in this video, we're going to discuss this question from NMOS 2025 and this testing us on the rotation in finding the perimeter of the trapezium here. So, without further ado, let us take a look at the question together. Now, in this question, they tell us that the figure shows a trapezium ABCD with AD parallel to BC. The points E and F are the midpoints of AB and DC. So we can see AB is here, DC is here. E and F are the midpoints. Now it's given to us that BC equal to 30 cm. This is already labeled in the figure. And the perimeter of trapezium BCFE is 62 cm. So we can locate BCFE is this trapezium. So they are asking find the perimeter of trapezium ABCD. So first of all, we have to keep it a good habit. We always underline the keywords. So let's see what's the key information in this question here. First of all, we can notice that AD and BC are the upper base and the lower base of the trapezium. They are parallel to each other. Now the next thing we can notice is the point E and F. These are the midpoints. So they tell us BC is 30 cm. Perimeter of trapezium BCFE is 62 cm. And we need to find the perimeter of trapezium ABCD. So let's think. From the midpoints, then we know that this AE and BE, they are equal to each other. Then we also know that the other side, F is the midpoint of CD, which means that DF and FC, these are also equal to each other. Now BC we already know is 30 cm long. But how about the EF and AD? Right? So we are going to notice that these two, the lines EF and AD, we know nothing about them. They didn't give us any relationship between these lines here, but later on when we try to find the perimeter of ABCD, definitely we need to know what is AD and what is the BC, what is the CD and the AB. So of course, in order to do this, let's make use of the information that we already have. So in the figure here, first of all, we can notice that between AD and BC, these are two parallel lines. So we say that the angle on the same side of the parallel lines, these two angles, if we add them together, how many degrees do we get, everyone? So the angle C and angle D, if we place them together, it will give us 180 degrees. Now, the other thing is that we know that DF and CF, these are also equal to each other. So this means that if we place these two lines together, they are going to coincide with each other and overlap with each other at the same position. So now knowing this, right, we can transit this figure here. So what we can do is that let's take the lower half of the figure, BCFE, and now we're going to rotate this around the point F to make it to the other side of the figure. So let's see how this rotation happens. Now we are going to rotate this bottom half of the trapezium to the right side of the figure. Now everyone, what can we notice? First of all, just now the point C, right, after the rotation it goes to here. So this line CF and DF, they coincide with each other. Then the lower base of the trapezium BC, it actually goes to the top here. And these two angles, the angle C and angle D, just now we say they add up to 180 degrees. So now this becomes a straight angle, and we know that this line ADB, it will just be one single straight line. Now, after we have rotated this shape, what type of figure are we looking at? So we're going to notice that now this figure just becomes a parallelogram. So after knowing that now this is a parallelogram, what can we get? So we can see that this part, the BC is 30 cm. So of course, this point E, just now these walk together. Let's see the animation together. So just now this point E was here. After the rotation A, this point moves to here. So let's use E prime to indicate this after the rotation, the final position of the point E. So of course, we're going to notice that this line EF and the line E prime F, at first, these are the same straight line EF here. So of course, these two parts, they are equal to each other. Now, for the top line here, what you can notice is that we have the upper base of the trapezium AD, and we also have the lower base of the trapezium BD. Since we know that now this shape is a parallelogram, this means that the top AB will be the same as the bottom EE prime. And what does the EE prime consist of, everyone? So it's the EF plus E prime F. Now just now we said this point E, it comes from point E prime, it comes from the point E. So essentially this EF and E prime F, they are of the same length. So now we arrive at this conclusion that this line AD plus the line BC will give us EE prime, which also equal to 2 times of EF. So now knowing this conclusion, let's see what we can use the conditions in the question. Now in this question, they tell us that BCFE, the parameter is 62. So let's label the 4 sides here. Now we already know BC is 30. So for the BE, let's say we label it A. Now for the CF, since it also equal to DF, let's label them B. Then the one that we do not know is EF. So now everything added together for the trapezium BCFE, we will get A plus B plus the EF plus the BC. This equal to 62. Now knowing that the BC equal to 30, which means that the remaining 3 sides, A plus B plus EF, how long is it, everyone? This will just be 62 minus 30. So we find out that this part, A plus B plus EF, this is actually equal to 32. Now, let's check what are they asking in the question. So in the question, they want to find the parameter of trapezium ABCD. So looking at ABCD, this line AB will equal to 2 times of A. The line CD will equal to 2 times of B. And we have the top line AD and the bottom line BC. So if we add everything together, this will give us 2A plus 2B plus the AD plus the BC. So let's think. Now, does this part AD plus BC look familiar? Just now, after we rotate the bottom half of trapezium to the other side, what shape did we get? We get a parallelogram. And the conclusion we have gotten just now is that in this parallelogram, the middle line EF, this will be 2 times of this line will equal to AD plus BC. But now we notice what are they asking? They are asking us AD plus BC. So actually this is asking for the same thing here. AD plus BC, AD plus BC. So what we can do is that since we can know about this equal to 2 times the EF, we can do the replacement here. So we change it into 2A plus 2B plus 2 times the EF. Now, does this also look familiar? 2A plus 2B plus 2 times the EF. It will be 2 times of A plus B plus EF. Where do we have A plus B plus EF? Oh, we're going to notice that just now, we have this already. A plus B plus EF, we know that this equal to 32. So if it's 2 times of the number, it will just be 2 times 32. We find out that this answer will be 64. So now we have successfully solved the question, and this will just be 2 times of that number we have found out earlier on. Now let's do a quick summary on the question here. So we can notice that in this question for the trapezium, because we do not know about all 4 sides, so we cannot find the parameter directly. So if this is the case, what should we do? We're going to notice that in this question they tell us about the midpoints. And we have the parallel lines. So those 2 angles, if we place them together, it just become 1 straight angle. So whenever this is the case, what we can do is that we can try to rotate the figure here. From the midpoints, you rotate half of the figure to the other side. This way, the final figure will be a regular shape. So the other thing is that this one will work for all trapezium. What we will notice is that in this trapezium, so we have the 3 lines here. The upper base, the lower base, and this middle line is what we call the median. So like what we said just now, you rotate the bottom half to the other side. Then the upper base and lower base are placed together. And the middle part, it will be 2 times the median. Since it's a parallelogram, so these two lines are equal to each other. So we get the other conclusion is that in trapezium, this upper base plus the lower base will equal to 2 times of the median here. Now, after we are clear about this, you can try out this practice question at the back. So once you finish the question, you can post your answer in the comment section, or you can send your solution directly to me. I'll help you mark the solution as well. So once again, if you want to know more about the trainings in our program and about the events in our center, you can also scan the QR code and join our What P4 Math study group. So if you like our video, make sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Until the next time, bye bye.